Okay, beautiful people, welcome to the first ever Monday Night Footy podcast, hosted in the infamous Mulligans on First Street in Hoboken, New Jersey. Myself, Anthony Packwood, and my stunning co-host, Mr. Gareth Adair.
Stunning, okay. I'll take it. Taking it.
The camera helps. Brought to you by the very much stunning Ovo Vodka. The whole series is in conjunction with Ovo Vodka. Ovo Vodka is factually the smoothest vodka on the planet that helps save the planet. Why is it so smooth, Gary? Great question. 6 times distilled, premium American corn-based, and a charcoal filter is then used to take out any impurifications, which is the main reason why it's won 28 awards in just 3 short years of its existence. And how does it save the planet? Another great question. OVO stands for Our 5 Oceans. Every bottle that we sell, we make a donation to our charity partner based in Miami. Based on that donation and how it funds their international cleanups, it's 12 plastic bottles physically removed from the ocean for every bottle sold. Does good, tastes good, feels better. So thank you, Ovo Vodka, for that. Monday Night Footy, we're here. Going to do it every Monday after a big weekend full of games, reviewing the scores, few guests, bit of chat, and then a few predictions for the week ahead.
Easy enough, isn't it? Cheers, mate, yeah. How many times you practiced that?
I've said it a lot, yeah.
This week?
Mm-hmm. He's in the car screaming it.
Just the people, Hoboken, dying. All right, so like Anthony said, the premise of this week is going to be, or every week, to be honest with you, is going to be talk about some of the key games from the weekend and then put our own little spin, whatever we know about it, we'll put our spin on it. And then typically we would have a guest and we'll talk about their journey to this point, what found them in Mulligans or what got them to Mulligans, the team they support and why they support them. And then we'll go finish off with predictions for some of the upcoming week's games as well. And then we have a little bit of a competition with that, but we'll explain more when we get to it. So, straight in, I've taken a selection of the FA Cup games from this weekend, mate.
I've been following that one, isn't
it? Yeah, and to be honest with you, I'm going to get the elephant out the room first, and I'm going to go with Liverpool. Liverpool's game at Plymouth.
What happened? Wait there, let me start. 60 seconds.
I'm going to need more than 60 seconds for this, but
go ahead, you start.
I think Plymouth had a plan. I think
Plymouth, though.
I know, but Plymouth for the only positive out of it whole thing was Rooney wasn't the manager.
What, beaten by a blue?
That'd have been murder if they'd have won with him might be the manager. But I would say this: Plymouth had a plan. They executed the plan. The goalie played well, but the plan was just to shut us down, and then force us to do. They must have looked at the team sheet and been licking the lips. But again, because
Endo and McConnell, everyone else would. Elliot was in the team, wasn't he?
Still,
it didn't.
I don't disagree. Listen, I'm not getting on the back foot here. They fully deserved it. I don't think we were good enough. I think some of the older pros weren't at the races. I just don't think they were. And again, no.
Listen, it will lead nicely into when we talk about the derby coming on Wednesday, and the momentum shift in Merseyside that we're experiencing. But ultimately, yeah, I didn't see it. It was one of those games where I'm like, I'm not watching someone trash Plymouth 6-1. And then towards the end, I was like, no friggin' way. But that's all we've got, unfortunately. Next, Everton. Worst first half I've seen from Jay Tarkowski ever. He's had a bad start to the season. Then he got all right, but that was like he had money on Bournemouth. The pen was nuts. The lad was going nowhere. What's the winger?
Semenyo.
Nightmare right there, left side is unreal. But he was going nowhere. He was by the byline. He slides in, blatant pen, gives it away, pen. Then for the second goal, we're trying to do this thing we play out from the back. Against certain teams, it can work. If we do it against you on Wednesday, we're dead. Bournemouth put that high press on. And then Tarkowski made a few mistakes, got in his head, tried to chip it across the box to Branthwaite, went to 2-0. And then I'm panicking then thinking, all right, was that just 3 games of momentum and now we're screwed and we're back to our old ways? But the second half looked really, really good. We hit the bar, hit the post 3 times, which doesn't mean anything, but it was a response. I think under the old regime, we wouldn't have got a response.
Were there many people left on the ground at the end?
Loads.
All right, so
we don't need
just check next. All right, Leyton Orient, Man City. Did you see their goal?
I saw
to go 1-0 up.
I saw Leyton Orient.
Yeah. It wasn't. That's been given as an own goal because the lads hit it from 50 yards. It's hit the bar, come down, hit the keeper on in.
Yeah,
killer.
He was a kid, wasn't
he? Yeah.
But
it's been on the telly there as well.
They're in something's going on in that changing room. There's no way you can have a fall from grace. Everyone's saying that's an end of it. An era in terms of the players they've got, like De Bruyne is coming off the bench and scoring against Leyton Orient, and they're giving it to Biff to celebrate, and like the whole aura and vibe around that team's gone. I don't know.
Well, wounded animal. wounded animal.
Why? Because I mean,
He's still got everything about it. All the stuff going around the club, the rumours and everything. Believe what you want to believe. Still got Haaland, still got top players, still got a good team. They're going to cause problems between now and the end of the season. You can't see them not winning this year.
Did they finish fourth?
They finished in the top four, yeah, I think.
In place of who?
Who have you got?
Forest to third now.
Forest.
I don't think this thing.
I think Forest instead of
Do you
Forest.
think they'll drop?
Anyway,
Good.
All right. Spurs.
Boss.
Is he done?
Well, so I was talking to a mate of mine about this yesterday. I was like, they look awful, but they've got no players. That Archie Gray's meant to be a centre midfielder, 18 playing at centre half. He looks lost. Feel sorry for the kid.
He's good as well.
Well, he could have been. It reminds me when they draft quarterbacks in the States and they put him into the first team straight away. It's like a deer in headlights and his confidence is gone. So I hope he bounces back. But if they had someone else available to come in, I reckon he would have been gone. I reckon they were like, right, 2 cup competitions, they're now out. But who'd you get? Who'd you get in now?
They've done it before, though, haven't they? I think he's got enough.
What? Caretaker manager? What's his name?
I know
Mason again.
But I think they've got enough. I think he's still got enough credit with the fans, even though people are probably sick of him and the way that he plays, and this is the way he's going to play. It doesn't work with the players that he's got. It works. They are a problem when they've got everybody they need to have, and you can blame it all you want.
He's getting a lot of time because everyone wants to go for a pint with him, I reckon, because he's sound.
Yeah, it goes a long way. Yeah. It's helped me out. I've been here for 22 years. It's got me so far. Few people. All right. Last one from the weekend. Brighton against Chelsea. Did you watch this one? Have you seen? Right. And this brings me to the next point because we haven't got as many games, but we'll talk a little bit about something else as well. I want to say it's Brighton's second goal. There's a handball on the edge of the box. Then there's 2 lads collided and it's popped out to Mitoma. It's a good finish, but there's no way that gets given in any other day. Because this weekend there was no VAR.
So I think I've got a problem with that. I don't know how. It's a different sport. You can't, you're not that you're preparing for it, but you do play different. You're watching it's different. So if they're going to do it in the game, put it in the game. If they're not, then don't do it. I find it confusing. It feels weird now watching the FA Cup because you go, oh, they'll check that. Oh, no, wait, they're not going to check that.
Are you having VAR?
I don't think you can get rid of it now. Honestly, we've got more than that. Watching it in the FA Cup made me appreciate it. I don't like if they've got to speed it up, and it's still new, still really, really new. But when you're seeing stuff given, like blatant mistakes, you're not used to it anymore. So you're seeing he's offside and the goal goes in, you're like, he's offside? That's not fair. So I think it's either do it across the board and do it better, or don't do it at all.
But the argument is, isn't it, if like when Tottenham played Tamworth in the last round, there's no way Tamworth can have the access to all the cameras and the tech and everything else to be able to make it fair.
Telling me that this Liverpool can't get something that is transferable. You can't get him in.
Just saying, well, maybe
you set these cameras up in your crap.
Oh, mate, this is absolute Tin Pot shop. If anyone saw what was behind these cameras, it'd be like an electrician's nightmare. This is just ready to go. If there's a fire in Hoboken tonight, it's not my fault. No, it's not. I'm not admitting fault. All right. So here's another one as well. If I was a Birmingham fan, don't know if you saw this one as well. If I was a Birmingham fan or a Chelsea fan this weekend, I'd be fuming. Not only because they got beat, but Birmingham went a goal up, and then Newcastle scored. Joe Willock scored.
Yeah.
And the FA have come out and said if they had Hawkeye, like the goal line technology, it wouldn't have counted. Why? But they gave it in the game.
Why are they doing that?
I thought that was just part and parcel. Anyone could stick a camera in the goal. I thought that was just part and parcel of football now, because that's been going for years.
But this is what I'm talking about. This is confusing. What are the rules? Where are they putting the technology? Why aren't they putting it here? If you're rolling out something like that, you can't go, they've got no money, we're just going to let them, because it's affecting the lower league clubs. I hated it when it came in. I've got used to it, and I only realised it by seeing the inefficiencies in the FA Cup.
Fair. All right, okay, so we're moving on as fast as we can from Liverpool. I'm sure we'll get to the derby later on, but come to the point of the show where we would normally have a guest on. Typically what we're going to plan on doing is drag someone out of the pub. Yeah. So God knows who we're going to get. I think it'll be a brilliant occasion. I can already think of 3 or 4 people who I want.
Can I catch them before that 6th?
Before they turn the corner, yeah, I know. So it's a case of getting them in, but we'll see. We'll try. But for this week, mate, it's you.
Sound.
So, who's your team? I think it's a bit of a giveaway already, but who's your team?
Everton. The Mighty Blues. The People's Club.
Okay.
The first ever football team.
Why is it?
In Merseyside.
All right, okay. And why is it Everton?
Yeah, I think that's England in general, but definitely Northwest England, where there's so few clubs. I imagine what it's like down south. It might be a little bit different, but I think your options are limited and you tend to go whatever's in your household. It's mad how many split households there are though, isn't it?
Ours is, yeah.
Is it?
Because my mum's from Toxteth in the South End, and I think a lot of them are Liverpool fans. My dad's from Great Ormond Street.
Yeah.
So he's basically, I mean, I know that's not far from Liverpool either, but still. But I went because I was at my first ever game was Everton, 1987. How old are you? New Year's Day, 1987.
I was born in July.
Brilliant. So yeah, that's how old I am. But then I went to watch Liverpool in '88 with my uncle, my mum's brother-in-law, and then that was it. And I was a Liverpool fan from then. Plus they had John Barnes as well. So
yeah, when I was younger, I was too mad to be into it, around playing anything, you know. And then my dad said I wasn't that arsed, and then a cousin and a neighbour were big Liverpool fans, so I started watching Liverpool. And there's a photo out there of me in a Liverpool kit. I was called the Neil Ruddock kit, that one with all the white stripes down.
Yeah. The white, yeah.
But then I think me personally gravitated whatever my dad was into and all that stuff. And I think it's mad now because it seems like nothing, just a team you support. But in terms of where it's took me and like the mates I've met, and like, you know, one of my groomsmen, I met him in uni because I had an Everton jersey on, and he came over and was like, "What's your name?" And it was an auditorium full of people. We got tight, and then you just, it just takes you in different directions. Who you end up watching the match with, the time you spend going on the ground with your dad. If I didn't support the same team as my dad, I haven't got those memories, right? So I went to the last Goodison game, Everton Forest. Awful. But me and Soft lads in the stadium watching the game.
Do you know that's going to be the last time you go to Goodison as well? Yeah, my brother's Everton, and he went with me dad, and the same thing. They got a photo in the ground, and I've been to a fair share of Everton games as well, just by proxy.
I would have no problem going to a Liverpool game. No. I've been to Anfield maybe 3 times, and say what you want. Like, if you're a sports fan and you're in that stadium when it's given at the Bifters, it's class. It's class. Like, Goodison hits different, obviously, but like if you were from anywhere in the world and you went to watch a game in the lights in Anfield, and it's cooking. It's special, like.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, no, it is. It's nice. Goodison's good when they're not. I mean, Goodison's funny when you're not an Everton fan as well, because when they start, I've heard some of the best abusive shouts.
You think it's that different?
I heard one of the best chants ever. I heard someone shout "piss off Bilic" when Slaven Bilic was playing centre half. One of the funniest chants. Obviously a lot better than that, but I've just said it. But that was one of the funniest chants ever. But the funniest shout ever is like
when you hear someone passionately shout something and it's funny, and that little section starts giggling. There's nothing better. Yeah. We get bad reputation for being bitter, and I know a lot of bitter blues, but I know a lot of bitter reds. Yeah. Tom Wiley. My half fella's a little bit bitter. He is. He's the nicest fella on the planet. Anyone will say it. But he watches and he's like, "Oh, Liverpool this." I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know. Yeah. I like watching good sport. So whatever they wear and whatever. I don't like to see City and Chelsea doing well because they bought it. Yeah. But I don't think Liverpool did.
No, I don't think so.
If you're not playing us, I'll watch the game and keep an eye on you and stuff. Do I drop a cheeky text or two when you lose? Of course. To you and the lads. Yeah, nothing better. But yeah, it's funny. But yeah, going back to the original question 20 minutes ago, threw me out, fella, and it's been without the best decision. Like which way it could have gone at one point and how different it would have made things. Yeah, it's class.
So to go to Mulligans and put that in the context of Mulligans, we talk about that a lot, and obviously we're all very grateful. We're very grateful for him lending us the tables and the whether he knows it or not. Like,
he's on.
Yeah, the lecky's on, and we're smashing it. Yeah, that would be nice, wouldn't it? But what is it about this place? Because you've been in the US for how long now?
I've been in this area since February 2016.
Okay, so since...
It was 9 years yesterday.
Okay, there you go, so
yeah.
Happy anniversary. What has this pub done for you over the years? And as an Everton fan or a football fan, what does Mulligans do for you?
Second bar I ever came into. So we landed off the plane, was in Union City Airbnb, and then we ended up in the Hoboken Beer Garden and then got a new cab down here, snowing down, horrible night, came in, and then Big Josh behind the bar, Everton fan, started shooting the shit and whatever. Yeah.
Did he have his Tim Howard look like a traffic warden goalie top?
No, he was mad.
That was the best day ever.
Massive back then. I remember him in the taste. Yeah, I was just, whatever he said, I laughed at, which unfortunately you still have to fake a few of them now. But yeah, came in and he's like, "Oh, listen, you've got to, fair to me, introduce me to everyone. You've got to meet so-and-so, so-and-so." And it's that little bit of home, that little bit of life. The game's always going to be on. Doesn't matter who you're playing or what channels they're on. Paul will find it legally. And there's always going to be there's someone here. And then you get to know the lads, and if you're popping in for an hour or you're popping in for the match. And then for the England games, it's mental. A nice consistent touch point with home. That's what I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you meet the mates out of it, and then kind of grows from there. You get a bit of a base. And
what's the funniest thing, or what's the best moment you've had over the last 8-9 years?
When Lampard kept us up, Calvert-Lewin came off the bench and scored that header. I was in here, lost me mind. But then the England games, absolutely.
It is bouncing, isn't it? All
wrenching the place. The England games special. I put them up with that, definitely.
Oh, that's good. That's good. All right, well, listen, thanks very much.
Don't worry about it.
And again, it'll be hopefully somebody different next week. Not that yours was good, but hopefully we can get somebody else in next week.
Dross, I hear, yeah.
No, it's all right. We'll get somebody who's not an Evertonian.
Yeah.
All right, so this week I've picked 6 games for this weekend. All right?
Get to it. Just get to it.
Actually, no, I've got 7 because of the obvious one on Wednesday. The premise around this is what's going to happen. I'm going to explain this to everybody as well. I mean, you can chip in as well if you say it better than me, but Anthony and I'll make predictions every week and based on 6 or 7 games, and then we will put our predictions up, and then the guest will pick who he thinks or they think will be the closest to it. Then what we'll also do is throw it out to the people who are watching and listening to throw their predictions in as well, and whoever gets the closest or the most right, and if there's a tie, there'll be a tie-breaking question. Whoever gets the most right, am I right in saying we're going to fire over a bottle of vodka for them?
Yeah. So,
nice.
It's we put our predictions in. It's not about beating us. It's about just putting yours in, and whoever wins gets a bottle. If there's a tiebreaker, we'll reach out accordingly and shoot something out. But just a bit of craft. Yeah.
If by any random there's a couple of youngsters watching, we're not firing out bottles of vodka to youngsters.
We are not.
No.
Have to be 21 plus.
Yes.
21.
Please drink responsibly.
We are going to track who wins, who gets the most points per weekend against me and him, and there'll be a forfeit at the end of it, but we haven't decided on that yet.
I didn't know about that.
You did.
Did I?
It was in a text. So there's been a lot of texts.
There's been a decent amount of text. All right, okay. All right, this Wednesday, this is the one.
Why'd you pull that face? That's a good
Because I'm nervous. I'll be honest with you, I'm nervous because
of one
momentum
against.
No, it doesn't matter, but momentum in it sometimes. I'm a big believer in that.
If we spank Bournemouth, I'd be like, I believe you, out of sound. But you have been flawless all year, like nothing. And then you didn't play your best team. Núñez doesn't count as a footballer at this point. So him in the starting lineup means you're playing with 10 men. At Goodison, 71. You know that, don't you?
What, 71 wins each?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. You've won 71 games at Goodison. We've won 71 games at Goodison. So whoever wins this one has got the Brighton night forever.
At your ground. So it's massive for you as well, and that's the point, isn't it? I mean, all right, okay. I just think that I've been saying this to people all the time. I'd have took a point on Wednesday, and I've been like, nice one. And I still think a point...
So mad.
I still think a point is a good result. But if you look at the games that Liverpool have got coming up, they've got Wolves at the weekend. You would expect them to get something out of that, win that. Then they've got Villa away next Wednesday.
Tough.
Then they've got City away. Then they've got Newcastle away. Or Newcastle at home, who are still going to give them a game. So there's 3 games
at St. James.
No, it's at Anfield. So there's 3 or 4 games there that can really shape us. And if we can get through this bit, then maybe there's a bit of a,
relax.
I call it a lull, but there's other games until we get to Arsenal. Games to the end of the season.
I've never been in your position, so I don't know what that's like to be looking down going, and I reckon that'd be the same. But it feels different with us, with everything we're talking about, the nostalgia, the 71, last game of Goodison and all that stuff. But if we were West Ham, we were a point ahead of us, you wouldn't be worrying about this game.
No, but it's Everton, innit? It's Moyes, and it's Goodison, and it's going to be on top. It'll be on top in the ground. Anyway. So anyway.
Well, yeah,
what are you going for? Because this is what we're supposed to be doing, predictions.
2-2.
I'll take a draw. I'll go draw as well. We can't take the score. Oh, no, we're not going. We're just going win, lose or draw.
That's an unbelievable.
For Everton? All right, for this one, 1-1.
We don't concede that many. But you're banging them in for fun. And we don't score well.
I'm going 1-1 draw. But I think we go win, lose or draw, and I'll leave.
Draw.
All right. Brighton, Chelsea. Repeat of last weekend in the FA Cup.
Chelsea at the minute, just an absolute nightmare. Because if one of their players takes off, they're flying. If one of their lads turns up and starts cooking, it's over.
So go on then.
Brighton have been great. Chelsea. Where is it?
It's at Brighton.
I'm going to stick with it, Chelsea.
I'm going to say Chelsea as well. All right, okay.
You can pick the next one.
People might just pick the obvious ones. All right, Fulham against Forest. Fulham at home.
Draw.
I'm going Fulham. There you go.
My instinct was to say Fulham, but I haven't got a Forest game right this year.
Palace against the Ev at Palace. I think Palace, you're going to get battered because you'll put all your energy into Wednesday.
Maybe. Palace, they look good as well now. They look terrifying. We don't do too bad away. Yeah, Palace.
It's just too light.
They just look terrifying though. They just, when they go and they've got Eze on form and
the new fella.
And that, who they just beat? They just beat Man United at Old Trafford, didn't they? 2-0. But I mean, Mateta, whatever.
Is that anything to write home about?
No, but still sounds good.
Fair. Liverpool Wolves. I've got to say Liverpool.
You've got to smash them. It'll be a recovery from wherever Wednesday is. If you drop a point, you'll have no pressure. You'll go to them. And they don't look good. They look good enough to stay up, I think. They don't look good.
Spurs, Man United. Last one. At Spurs.
The battle of the shite. Like, what do you do with these two? At Spurs. Does that make a difference anymore? United, they've just come out. The players just come out and backed them to the hilt, saying we're going to win. What's his name? Dallo just came out and said he's the man for us. We're going to win the league. They look dangerous at times. If they don't play Mino up top, Manu, sorry, up top, they'll be. But yet they're both just nuts. Like, you can't predict anything.
I'm going Spurs.
Martinez inch, isn't he?
Spurs. Taking it.
Go ahead then.
All right, so I'll put the little board up and it'll probably come up in the background here, or maybe it's over here. Who knows? All right. For the benefit of everyone else who's watching, if you want to put your predictions in, if like me and him are just copying off each other, or he's copying off me, what we're going to do is you've got your total number of goals for the weekend. So there's 10 fixtures. Well, not 11 if you include how many goals total. So I'll go 33.
33
total in 11 games. That's an average of 3 a game. That's quite a bit. Change my mind.
No, you can't. Shit. 32.
It's not Prices Right, you know.
Is it not?
Get it. No.
Oh. All right then.
All right, so I'll go. What did I say? 33. Horrendous prediction. All right, okay. So we'll see what happens.
Comments, scores in the YouTube comments and the Insta comments.
Yeah, and don't forget to subscribe and like as well. So we're trying to get a little bit of a following going, and we'll see what happens. But thanks for joining us, and thanks to Ovo Vodka for helping us out, and thanks to Mulligans Hoboken.
Yeah, nice one.
Hosting us, whether he knows it or not. I say it again. But
you're all right there. I thought you were going to be crap. You were good there.
No, not too bad.
No.
All right, yeah.
Nice one, folks.
See you in a couple of weeks.
See you soon.
Up the red.
Lots of love.